OGCI is aiming to be additional to what the member companies are individually doing. So to that end, we try to identify the areas where a group of industry like us could contribute meaningfully to the market failure. So for the time being, we'll look specifically on methane reduction actions. So it means technology for detection and measure, as well as mitigation technology. So we've invested in various technologies through our investment fund, the Billion Fund that we've set up 2 years ago. But also our member companies are directly, playing around this field. The other areas that we're looking at very seriously is CCUS, so carbon capture, use and storage, where similarly we have invested in technologies as well as in projects, and notably the Clean Gas project in Teesside in the UK, as well as the Wabash Valley project through, again, our investment fund. And we're launching and we're trying to push the agenda on CCUS by creating the enabling environment through policymaker, as well as the different stakeholders that need to be involved in this market. If you take the facts, basically, the energy industry as of today is 32 gigatons over the 49 gigatons that are emitted by the human activities. So, the footprint of the energy obviously is very strong on the climate change, and reaching a goal of net zero during the second half of this century means that there is a very strong transformation to make in the energy industry. So either you do it by participating positively to it, or you just follow what's going to happen, and others will do it for you. So for the OGCI member companies, clearly it's representing a very strong business opportunity. And if I pursue on the example that I mentioned a little bit earlier about CCUS, this is an industry where the oil and gas industry is uniquely positioned to push the agenda, because you need subsurface expertise, you need as well to have the capacity to absorb long-term projects with patient capital, very complex management, multiple stakeholders. All of that are skill sets that the oil and gas industry is bringing, and it's probably the unique industry providing this combination. And to get to the net zero, there is no pathway to do it without CCUS. So it's going to be a tremendous opportunity, business opportunity for the industry. But there is a number of others like energy efficiency as well, such as entering into the electricity market and the lower carbon footprint. So I think the energy players know all of that issue, and they are developing their business model toward that goal. Well, I think it was quite inspiring what we heard this morning from the European Commission to hear that they gonna intend to have the ambition to reaching net zero emission by half of this century, and by 2050, to be very clear. That's creating a very clear pathway for the players within Europe to invest into the appropriate technology. So I think we need to get those strong signals. So I would say probably the next step is to reach the 2050 goal and to have the appropriate short-term milestone to reach that goal, because that means investment in infrastructure. If you want, for instance, the hydrogen to reach its full potential, that needs some significant investment. If you want CCUS also to happen, similarly, you need to invest in infrastructure to get the policy right, to create the investment confidence that you need to put the money on the table, basically. So I think for me, for the European Union, is really to provide the pathway to reach this goal. The investors and the players within the European market are already, I would say, sensible, of course, with the climate constraint because of the EU ETS, and it's culturally, I think, everybody's ready. It's just a matter of creating really the short-term milestone that we need to make the appropriate investment. EAGC is, as one of the major conferences on oil and gas industry, as well as energy, I would say more globally, is a good way to share vision and share knowledge and share also business case, an example of success of what each of us are doing, because you can get inspired by others. Of course, there is the networking, but most of the people in the room already interact all along the year. It's a good it's a good time to have all people in the same place because you can meet each other. But I think for me the most important thing is really to get inspired and understand what others are doing, because then we can probably potentially replicate or get one step forward or create the business connection that we need to collectively move toward the net zero emission.